Hey
CEO
Wes,
of the
CEO.
situation.
Y'all
Congrats.
ready? Brace yourselves.
Let's do it.
After 16 years of marriage, my wife caught me cheating. I honestly wanted to get caught because I have not been happy for a long time, and I thought if my wife caught me cheating, she would want a divorce. But she wants to forgive me and work it out, so I feel stuck now. My unhappiness stems from her being such a dominating alpha female, and I have realized that while there is nothing wrong with the woman making the most money, it's not a situation that I thrive in. I need a woman who needs me. My wife has never pulled the I make the most money or this is my house card on me. She's never done that. But she also doesn't make me feel needed. She's able to do everything that I'm able to do plus more, so she doesn't treat me the way that a broke woman would treat me. My girlfriend now works at Target and she thinks I am the best thing since sliced bread. She needs my help to pay her bills. She needs me to help resolve life issues for her, and that makes me happy. My wife and I have one kid who is off to college now. I was happy when I got caught cheating, but she wants to work it out with me. I feel so bad, but I no longer want a woman who makes more money than me. I want someone who needs me. Many women nowadays don't need a man for much of anything except penis, which is something that they can get from anyone. And I'm not broke by any stretch of the imagination. I do well for myself, just not as successful financially as my wife. Wow, this
I
is a
think
good
that's a
letter.
great letter.
It's a great
Um,
letter.
First of all, the only complaint that he's really having is the fact that she makes more money. And
And
what
she
is his other
doesn't make him feel needed. It
need?
says, she's able to do everything that I can do plus more, and she never makes me feel like she needs me.
Well, let me talk to the men first of all that feel like the only thing you have is penis and some money. You already missing something. You have to have other elements to you. That's what we call principles and things that you can sow into someone that you can't buy, which means you could be a broke man and still be a rich man. So you don't have to have the monetary gains to be able to hold her attention and sow into her, but you just have to have it here to do it. And so if you're feeling insecure about the situation, then that's an ego thing more
Yeah.
so than her issue. I think that's your ego that tells you those because you said she's not bringing it in your face. She's not telling you
Right.
she's the breadwinner and this and that. You just know it, and you know you can't move a certain way with her, so it makes you feel insecure.
Right.
But cheating on her was not going to make her, uh,
I
you
mean, that's
know,
kind of like the passive aggressive way to try to end something. You cheat on someone hoping that you'll get caught and hoping that they'll be like, it's over. But
and,
then it backfires because she's like, no, I want you to stay. I
yeah.
want to forgive you.
And so, in my opinion, I don't see enough issues in their relationship for him to actually leave unless he just outgrew her or whatever. He's not saying that. He's just saying he wants a lesser dominant
Right.
factor.
He wants a lesser
Well,
dominant
well,
woman.
let me say this: always be a man. Show up as a man. So when you have a woman that's an alpha woman, you still have to show up as a man. That's the problem. A lot of men are submitting to the alpha female, and they're becoming their women basically. And you can't do that. And I mean that a lot of men are becoming the women in the
Hmm.
situation, and they're letting the women dominate them because of the monetary. Well, that's not cool. You have to still stand up as a man and know who you are. If you make nothing, you still a man. If you make nothing, if you have just something else to sow, then you don't have nothing to do with the monetary. So I don't know. I think that he's egotistical when it comes to that, and I think that he's trying to take an easy cop. The woman at Target is looking at him different,
Right.
right?
And so that's the thing. I get
He
it.
being bossed around at home basically, and he's being pushed around and feeling like a chump. Well, you set that up from the beginning. When you first get into the relationship, you set yourself up for how you're gonna, set the tone. Well, let me tell you, men, something that may not have caught on. Women try to train your ass when they first meet you of how they want things to go on their end of the bargain. That's what people do. Men do the same. They try to train the female for what they want to do on their end of the bargain. For when the man breaks down and give in to the sister, then now you under control of the sister and you're gonna have a hard time. And that's
Yeah.
what you fell into. You started off being the submissive and she was the dominant. And so now you can only talk about it. You're
Yeah.
scared to tell her the truth. So you use the sucker way out and try to cheat. And I don't know why you did that if you're scared. But you should just talk to her.
Yeah.
Communication. Sweetheart, I would appreciate it if you would blah 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 blah. I don't feel honored. I don't feel respected. I feel like we need to talk and blah 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 blah. And y'all hash that out.
But I think
Cheating not gonna fix that.
Well, I think based on him feeling like, he's like, he's labeling this girl as his girlfriend. I think that he's already gone. And I think at this point, having the conversation that he needs to have with his wife is not one of,
It's too late.
what I need you to change. No, I think it's too late. I think that he needs to be honest. I realize this, people, you got to just, do the right thing and say, apologize for cheating, because to me, that's being dishonorable in a marriage, right? So apologize for that part, but then say, listen, this is just, I realize this is not for me. I appreciate the 16 years that we've had, but I'm moving on because I have realized I want something different. And you just got to stand on that and go on with your girlfriend at Target, and let her look up to you and give you starry eyes and all that kind of stuff, because she does probably look at you different than your wife does.
Because you can be a better provider for
Right.
her. But the problem is you'll dumb down with any sister. Like if she gets to be the dominant woman towards him, then he would still find himself in the same position. It's a man's stake in it. It's not her stake. So if for instance, if a man has a woman and they get divorced because he was so submissive and she beat him down and he didn't have a stake, and then she runs over there and he gets another sister, and she becomes that same sister because he's that same man.
Right.
And
right,
so
right,
he
right.
allows that. What you got, big man? Let's talk about it.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
my name is Antonio Alston. I'd like to say this. I've been married now almost 26 years of marriage.
Wow.
And,
Congrats.
yeah, me and my wife have 2 kids, and I call them kids because I have one to be 18 next month and one to be 20 in September. But what I believe in is this: what makes my marriage work is we both are, number one, we are God-fearing people.
Yes, right.
And once you're God-fearing people, you fear God in anything. When you're away from your wife, you're supposed to still think about her, and then God see everything that you do. But the young man that thought about his wife in the wrong way, he really needs God. He's lost out there in the world, and then he's thinking that the young lady that he's with now, they're not going to stay together.
No, they not.
You know, marriage is honorable in the sight of God, and the bed is undefiled. So we know, as God's word said, that all whoremongers and adulterers, God is going to judge. So we're just hoping that he find God.
That's right. I agree.
I love what you said about finding God.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's give it up.
Yeah.
Let me-
Thank
let-
you, Antonio.
Antonio, let me say this to you. When I said if you don't have anything else to sow, that's what I mean. When I met my wife, I was on a spiritual path, right? And so my finances wasn't where I wanted them to be. But I was already rich. See, when you have something in you that God gives you, that's wealth. And so when you can display that to a sister, she can't buy it. Right? And so this is what I mean. When you have something to sow besides material things, then that's the substance that it takes to have a long-term sustaining relationship.
I agree.
And a lot of sisters haven't even witnessed that.
I agree,
And so,
because what I've
you know,
been able to get from you is not, you can't put a price on it. You know
And
what
so I
mean?
thank God for that. That's what God does. He gives you things that you can't buy. He teaches you wisdom. He gives you all kind of things that money has nothing to do with it.
And I never
have
had
the
that
favor of
for
the
you.
Lord on my life. And so a lot of people think I'm super wealthy, but it's just the favor of God that allows me to do things that other people can't do with money. And so that's what I mean. It's like having a Black American Express card. When you deal with God and you get favor, they say it ain't fair. That's because they ain't got it. I never said favor wasn't fair with the Lord because I have favor. So it's real fair. It's more fair than ever. So when you can sow these type of things into a sister, whoever you dating, I promise you that it's way more substance in that than any materialistic thing that you can purchase, and it will last way longer.
I agree.
So you don't have to have the money, sir. You have to have the wit and the knowledge and the wisdom from God to sow into the woman, and she will see a light in you that has nothing to do with what you have in your pocket, sir. And so that's what I understand about what you just said.
Yep.
If 2 people have come together in the Lord, then they win.
I
It doesn't
agree.
matter what faces them, they still win.
And so I want to thank you just again for giving me the things that you have given me, and it has nothing to do with money, and I'm a better woman.